Hello. I invited Agostinho to tell us about the current situation with coronavirus in Mozambique.
Well, fortunately, we still not having lockdown, so we are only in emergency stage. Um, People can go out, but only for very specific activities, right? So it's like uh, most of the people in Mozambique and almost in Africa in general, uh, they rely on informal activities. So it means that they earn their money day by day. So
I see.
now that yes, like they don't have like formal jobs. So the thing is like they don't have a salary. So what means that they every day they sell something every day to get some money. So now that the activity are very restrictive, it means that most of the people are not able to get money to buy food. That's the problem now.
Okay, but
So
what can they do then?
well, that is the struggle now. They are still using the very few saving that they have, but I think that for next week people will start dying uh, by hunger. Yeah, they will start die for that, and
Really?
that's why we are pressing the government to give money to people, okay, so that they can be able to buy things. Uh, the amazing thing is that like 3 weeks ago, when the president said that well, we'll have this emergency state for 4 weeks, people start rushing to buy things, and then the price increased. So that time,
Mhm.
but now what's happened is the opposite. The price decreased, but people still not have money to buy food. That's the problem now. Yeah,
Mhm.
because the activities are not working the same way like they used to be last month or this type. It's very, very sad situation. You cannot see that here in Maputo. You see the city people walk now, but if you go to the neighborhoods, to the town, to the rural areas, yeah, the situation is not that good. So that's the a bit of the situation we are living here in Maputo. So uh, coronavirus is bringing a very difficult economic situation to the Mozambicans.
In case the government gives some money to the poor people, how would the money get to the very remote areas?
Yeah, that's a big challenge, but we can at least minimize this problem. Use this mobile money because in Africa, only in Mozambique, we have this M-Pesa, so this mobile transfer that most of the low-income people use. So it's possible to reach like at least 50% of the people who need the money by these platforms. It's possible.
And those who don't have this, what would they do?
There will be people that will not be reached by this methodology. But well, at least we can try to help as much people as we can. That is the idea. Yeah, there's no way.
Mhm.
There are problems that we cannot solve now. For sure, unfortunately, some people will die with this situation because we'll not be able to help them. But well, at least we can try to help as much as we can. That's the goal.
So basically, people who were earning money day by day, they can't work anymore. They can't do what they were doing before, right? They have to stay
Exactly.
at home, and they don't have any other option what to do to earn money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that they don't have like outside options. It's like they rely on the government. So, well, the decisions that people must stay home, like stay home, stay home, stay home. But for most of these people, what happened now? They have to decide between dying by coronavirus or dying by the lack of food. That's the problem now. That's why people decide to go out, trying to find something to get money. But still, even going out, they will not be able to get this money because the people are not outside. There are no people buying things outside. That's the problem, you see. So that's the very bad situation that we are facing now. Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's very critical situation that we are facing now. Yeah, and I saw some reports from the World Food Program saying that around like 160 million African will be in a very critical situation because of the coronavirus. So they may die
Mhm.
because of lack of food. So that's a very, very bad situation we are facing here.
Don't the people who lost their jobs go on strike or some protest in any way, or they just try to find something to do and to earn money for food?
No, no, not yet, not yet. Not like people just talk to each other, but not kind of protest like that. Maybe if we move forward to the lockdown, that type of thing will happen because we have the experience of Malawi, our neighbor. They protested against the decision of the government and they had to stop it. So because there's no logistic condition in African countries for lockdowns. Like when I say besides South Africa, Egypt, and some few countries like Morocco, but for most southern African countries, lockdown is not an option. Yeah, people will die. And now the thing is, we think that our government is not taking it seriously, like in terms of public economic decision, because they are still behaving like there's nothing strange happening. They're still planning it for the medium and long term. So not taking like a very specific action to solve the problem right now. Okay. For the
Mhm.
case of Mozambique, for example, we say that okay, we have some money that came from the extractive industry. We have some money from this public enterprise. We have a development bank here, uh, but the government still saying that they don't have money. They're still waiting for money coming from the IMF, World Bank, European Union, so this type of thing. So they are not taking the necessary actions to help people who will need help. Okay, this
Mhm.
situation.
I see.
Yes.
And what about people who are employed? Can they
Yes.
go to
Yes.
work or can they work from home or how does
Yes,
it work?
yes. One of decision taken by the government is like people have to make like some restrictive measure in terms of work. It's like the staff now have to divide. Like they don't go together at same time to the work. So it's like for example, they switch days. Like some people go to a specific day and other people go to other days. So they switch so that they minimize the social contact between the staff. You see, so
Mhm.
that's the thing. And uh, maybe the point that you are looking at is what is happening to people. Are people losing jobs? Yes, some people are losing job now. Yeah, because some enterprise decided to close because they don't have like people buying their service or products. Yeah, so some we have. I saw today. I think it's like we have almost 300 enterprise that closed. Um, we have almost like if I'm correct, something like 16,000 workers that are directly affected by this
Mhm.
situation. So for a country that have a higher unemployment rate, this is very critical situation.
Did a lot of things changed for you?
For myself,
Hmm.
well, since let's say since late March, yeah, I've been work from home, right? And actually, uh, I spent most of my time, like 90% of my time home. So I just go out for very specific activities. Like today, for example, I just went out because I had to go for interview or to do some specific activities. In terms of social life for myself, yeah, is almost zero now. Yeah, almost no contact with people, because I'm a bit afraid. Yeah, because we have now Mozambique today. They said now we have 65 people confirmed with coronavirus, with COVID, but we think that we have more than that. So we don't really trust on the statistics that we have. So we think that the virus is everywhere in the city. So that's why we have to work with some masks, so to protect ourselves, and go around with the gel, so this type of things to protect
Right, and
ourselves.
you are well equipped. So, and do you have to wear the mask at all times, or only if you want to? It's optional.
For example, in my situation now is optional because I'm alone in the car. But if I go to the public transportation, then I have to take is an obligation. I have to take it. And so, even some stores I cannot enter to some public place if I don't have the mask. Yeah. But that's another problem because I can buy mask for me, but there are people in Mozambique, and are not few people that are not cannot afford to buy a mask. They don't have money to. So yeah, they don't have to buy money. This the cheapest one is around, let's say in euros, is about, let's say half cent of euro, but they cannot buy it. They don't have money to buy it.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, they
Is there
cannot buy
any
it.
organization that would give them out for free for those people?
Yes, yes, yeah. There's some social organization, some international organization, some church that try to help, but still, uh, we have like more than 50% of population is under poverty. So we are talking about now, like, let's say almost 15 million people. So it's not easy to help. And the fun things that the government said, like 2 weeks, I think last week, that they have they will provide 12,000 masks to help people. Come on, what is 12,000 masks for 15 million people? You see the
That
situation.
you are writing papers about this situation. What kind of papers are you writing?
We are two in our organization writing on that. Myself, I'm more concentrated in the economic issue of it. Like, for example, uh, showing the bad situation people are facing with this coronavirus, and the social and economic impact of this situation, and asking government to provide social policy to help these people, like this, like giving money to these people. For example, uh, uh, there's some political measure that came from US, Europe, discussing now, like they call it helicopter money. Like, is one strategy that people are using now, to the government is using now, uh, to help people, like give money to the enterprise, give money to the families, so that they can keep the economy working. So we write on these issues. We show the failures of the public policy in the situation we are facing, and we try to advocate for a more energetic, more inclusive, and more participative economic policy to help mainly the people with very low incomes. Well, the papers is for the public, so it's the government can have access to it, but we write for everyone, right? Because our main goal is to inform people, because information still a challenge in Mozambique. There are many people that they don't have information on what is going on in the country, or at least, even having the information, they cannot interpret what the meaning of that. Okay, so we try to make the bridge between the government and the people. So trying to show the people uh, uh, what can be done by the government to help to help them, and trying to show the government what's the real situation in the country, what people are facing, are will facing with this situation, and trying to find the good solution to this specific situation. And actually we have very good feedback from people, like saying that, well, we are thankful to your organization because we didn't know this, we didn't know that. So this type of thing. For example, just this week we wrote some paper. I wrote a paper on asking why the development bank, the Mozambican Development Bank, is not helping in this situation. They are very quiet. And some people reacted, say that, well, I didn't know that that bank was a public bank. I didn't know that we have a development bank in Mozambique. So you see this type of thing. So it shows that there are still things to be done in this country. Now I'm able to write more papers on this situation in Mozambique. So our organization has written like around 20 papers on this situation in these 4 weeks. So we have been like publishing maybe almost in daily basis.
Thank you so much for your time. It's amazing that you came with this idea that you can help in this way.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. See you.
See you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.